Welcome, friends, to the channel Classy Frugality. My name is Tanya, and I'm so glad you've joined me today. On today's video, we are going to relax a little bit. It's a slow and easy day. We just got home from church, and so we're going to have a little lunch. Then we're going to do a little bit of food prep for the next few days. Then finally, I'm going to show you this wonderful book. It's called This Way of Life. This was one of the wonderful books that was in the boxes of books that I got totally free. And it has some wonderful passages from 800 country women who express a common philosophy that comes from down-to-earth living. Doesn't that sound nice? Down-to-earth living. So I'm going to eat my lunch. We're having an easy lunch today. We're having these beautiful bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches. These are made with some of the deals that I got from Kroger this past week, and it cost me probably under $1 for both sandwiches. I got packs of bacon for $2.99 a pack. This is 1/4 of a pack of that, so about 75 cents worth of bacon here. The tomatoes were 10 tomatoes in a Kroger red bag for 99 cents, so that made these tomatoes 10 cents each. And I only have maybe 1/3 of the tomato here, so pennies, literally pennies for these. My bread is from a bag of 50-cent bread that I got at Kroger. Haven't calculated that out, but there were 15 slices of bread in that 50-cent bag of bread, and I'm using 4 of them. I'm going to put some mayonnaise on here and eat these. These are going to be so good. I'm having it with a cup of leftover coffee from before church this morning. Just warm that up. So I'm going to sit here, enjoy my frugal lunch, and I will be right back. So I have finished my lunch, and I have pulled a bunch of stuff out of the refrigerator, taken a little bit of an inventory, and I'm going to see what we need to do with this food here to help prepare for the coming week, to make lunches and suppers and not waste any food. So here's what we have. We have some honey ham, and normally I wouldn't worry about that, but the package sort of tore and it won't seal. Now I could put it in something, but I'm going to go ahead and make some sandwiches out of this today because we'll need those for our lunches anyway next week. I have a container of whipped dressing, and it has about a tablespoon, maybe a half tablespoon left in that. I will probably use that along with this cabbage. I've had this cabbage for a while, and it's very, very heavy. I've used about half of it. It was a large head. I bought it when it was 59 cents a pound. It's still rock hard, firm cabbage. It's still crisp. Still good to eat, but I feel like I need to eat it up. I think we bought that around St. Patrick's Day, so that needs to be eaten. I'll probably make coleslaw. I have 3 potatoes here, and that's all that I had left. They're starting to feel a little bit soft. So I'm going to take these potatoes, this piece of onion, and this other onion that I had that really needs to be used. I'm going to use those things, some of this turkey. I'm going to make some vegetable soup. Add some more things to it. Now, I have these tomatoes also. I just got these, but they were, like I said earlier, part of a red bag special from Kroger, reduced for additional value. I'm going to cut up 1 or 2 of them for my sandwiches this week. I'm the only one who eats tomatoes. My husband does not like tomatoes. I will probably I put the rest of them here in my little Magic Bullet Mini blender, and I'll blend those up and I'll cook those up for some tomato juice to go in the vegetable soup. And I'll probably only use about half of that ground turkey, so about a half a pound. I'll use the other half to make into patties so that we can have burgers one night. It only takes us half of that. That ground turkey does not shrink up the way, what is it, 7327 ground beef does. It doesn't shrink up nearly as badly, so we can get 4 thin burgers out of a half a pound of that meat. So vegetable soup, some burgers. I have about a half a can of this white chicken, chunk chicken that I'd gotten at Dollar Tree. I'll probably make me a little chicken salad sandwich out of that for my work. I have some lettuce, and as you can see, it's started to discolor. Now, it's still crisp. It's not feeling slimy or anything like that. It's still crisp. I looked that up. That's called rusting. Apparently, it sort of bruises whenever you cut it, and that's some sort of a natural reaction, something to do with oxidation, you know, whatever. I'm not a scientist. You can look it up if you want to, but I'm gonna eat that too. I'll probably take that along with my chicken salad sandwich and eat that for lunch tomorrow. Go ahead and get it out of the way. Anyhow, long story short, it's safe to eat, so I'm gonna eat it. Same with these cucumbers. I'm just gonna throw those in there with my salad when I eat that. Okay, I wanna show you the casualties too. The casualties of the refrigerator today. So when I was thinking about the soup, I thought, oh, a carrot would be nice. No. He died in the refrigerator. He perished. This perishable item perished in the refrigerator. So, yeah, we're not going to be using him. That's sad. So I will dispose of him in a respectful manner. I hate when food goes to waste, though, don't you? All right, this is just a little container that I had of probably a half a cup of gravy that I had left. So that's not any big loss either. I'll just throw that out, and I'll probably recycle this container to make the chicken salad in. Okay, here's some homemade chicken stock that I had made, but I made it 3/8-25. It was a sealed jar, but I opened it the other day and I used about half of it. So, and now at this point, I don't feel comfortable using the rest of that. So I will take that outside and dispose of that as well. Pour that out. I should have frozen that chicken stock after I made that. I should have put it in Ziploc baggies and laid it flat in the freezer. That would have lasted longer. But that was all the waste. Just those 3 things. The half a jar of chicken stock, about a half a cup of gravy, and that one little carrot. It was small to begin with. So this is why it's so important to check your refrigerator regularly. Make sure you're using up all your foods that you can use up. Make sure you're not wasting your good hard-earned money. All right, I'm gonna prepare some of these things, and then I'll be back and we'll make some food items. Okay, I have my, let me turn these off now. I have my turkey burgers going on the stove. I also have my turkey and onion mixture here going on the back burner. Just diced up those onions, and I'm frying that meat up just like I would ground beef. Same with these burgers here. I just patted these out into 4 patties, and I am frying those up in a skillet. I just sprinkled some of this gourmet steak and chop on it. Got this at Ollie's for $1.49. I like this. It's got some good stuff in it. Now, couple things I didn't mention. I forgot to tell you what I was going to do with the one egg that was on the counter. I've been holding on to that egg. You know, egg prices have been crazy. I've been holding on to that egg in case I needed it for some recipe or whatever. But it's got to the point to where I thought, I don't want that one egg to go bad just for the sake of me holding on to it for something. So this brownie mix requires one egg, a couple tablespoons of water, and a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. So I've got the oven preheated. I'm going to make these brownies too. And when they come out, I am going to slice them and individually wrap everyone. That way we can have portioned out, ready to go desserts for our lunches. What else I wanted to say? Oh, the mayonnaise, salad dressing, whatever you call it. I just wanted to mention that one little tablespoon, it would take more than that to do what I was going to do. So, I mean, I have another jar that I opened, and I got it was regular $4.49. I got it reduced for $2.02. So I have opened this up right now. This will go in my chicken salad. This will also go in the coleslaw that I'm making. So I'm going to tend to this meat over here. I'm going to cut up some more of these vegetables, and I will be right back. So I've made my salad. I wanted to show you how pretty this turned out. I had found some olives in the refrigerator too that I forgot about. So I added a few of those olives to this salad. I added some of them to the chicken salad. I've got a little cheese in here. I've got some tomatoes, some cucumbers, and I've got this little square container in here just with my ranch dressing in there. That's ready to go for lunch tomorrow. So I'll stick that in the fridge. Also, I got 4 turkey burgers fried. We'll eat those for supper tonight. I washed and diced up 6 of those little tomato seeds and all. Diced them all up. I put them 2 at a time into my Magic Bullet Mini, and I pureed them up really well. I put them in a skillet, and I am just cooking that puree right now on medium low. And the longer I cook it, look what a beautiful deep red that tomato sauce turns. And that's the fun part to watch. It starts out sort of a pink color, but as it cooks and the tomatoes get done, it turns a red. I actually have to turn it down. It's starting to pop. I just added a little bit of salt to that, a little bit of paprika, a little bit of garlic powder, but it's almost ready to add to the soup. I have the brownies in the oven. I have the potatoes actually in here baking. Potatoes for our soup. Just got them out. I'll peel the skins off those, then dice them and put them in that soup along with everything else. So let me do some more work and I'll be right back. Our soup is done. I added the potatoes and the tomato juice with that. I just added a little bit more pepper, some garlic powder, and a couple bay leaves just for flavoring. And look how thick and delicious. I added just a can of green beans and a can of corn to that. I think those were 64 cents at Walmart. So not a whole lot of money at all in this. I had let's see, what's half of $1.72? I had half of that in there. I'm not mathing well right now. Anyway, that's all I had in there as far as meat. And then, you know, just a few pennies a piece for the potatoes, the tomatoes. I mean, this pot of soup is probably around a $3 pot of soup. It looks like I might need to add a little more water to it. That's just a little bit too thick for my taste. The brownies are done, so I'll cut that 4 ways. You know, 4 rows on that side and 4 on that. I'll get 16 brownies out of that little pan. That'll be great for us for dessert. So I chopped and I chopped and I chopped shredded cabbage. Decided that I had way too much. It was a whole lot more cabbage than what I thought. So I took this much of it and I'm making cooked cabbage. I had some bacon grease that I had saved, and I put a healthy big dollop of bacon grease in there, probably a heaping tablespoon of bacon grease and some water. And I'm boiling that cabbage. It's gonna take a good bit. That is some hard cabbage. Okay, here are the other things. This is just my empty cans, my green beans and corn. So I showed you my salad already. I thought it turned out really good for something that didn't look so good before, but that looks delicious. I am taking that to work with me to eat. And here, there were 4 ground turkey patties made out of a ½ pound, but there are now 3. My husband has already eaten one for his supper tonight. Look at this big tub of coleslaw that I made. I was going to put it in an actual coleslaw container I had that holds a pound of coleslaw. I just saved it from some I'd bought at a store, but this would only hold like half of it, so I'm leaving it in there for now. All we put in our coleslaw, all we like in it, is sugar and either mayonnaise or salad dressing, whichever one we have. That's all we like. Some people put vinegar in theirs too, or they'll add other things. Now if I had a carrot, I would add a little bit of a carrot for some color, but as you plainly saw, I do not have a carrot any longer. That carrot went out to the compost. So all is not lost. Here's my chicken salad. I added some mustard and a little bit of salad dressing / mayonnaise, whatever it was. I added that to that. Just some chopped onions, some olives, and did I say mustard already? I don't know. If I didn't, it has that in it too. But this smells really good. Since I added the ingredients to that little bit of chunk chicken breast, that might even make 2 sandwiches now. I used some onion, but this is what I had left, so I went ahead and sliced this up to go on my sandwiches this week. Same with the 3 little tomatoes I had left out of those 10 tomatoes. So there we go. I want to show you my scrap bag too. Here's the big cabbage. I guess the core that's left out of the cabbage. I put that, the potato peels, which by the way, if you bake your potatoes in the microwave and then you peel them for a minute, look at this. There is hardly any waste. There is hardly any of the potato itself left on this peel. That's why I like to do that. So this, and a piece of tomato, this is all gonna go in the freezer. I'll keep adding to this bag. And then when that bag gets full, I'll take that out, boil it, or put it in a crock pot for some vegetable broth. Wow, so this kitchen really warmed up with all that cooking. I actually have the back door open right now because it's barely misting rain and the birds are singing, and it's significantly cooler outside today than what it is in the house. I don't want to turn the AC on yet. There's no need in that yet. Here in southern Kentucky, it just fluctuates so much that, we could need the heat at night and the AC during the day. But I'm trying to hold off as long as I possibly can on that. I would love to get through the month of April and even into May if possible before we do. But the food that I prepared should last us for several days now. I feel good about using up those things that were in danger of going bad in the fridge. Had very little fridge waste, as you could see. Everything smells so good too. The soup and the cabbage that are cooking, that all smells just delicious. I did decide to hold off on actually making the ham sandwiches until in the morning. So everything else though is prepared and ready to go. I was telling you at the beginning of the video about this book that I have called This Way of Life, and it says it's a farm journal, and I just like the look of the book. I did take the book jacket off because I like the way books look without jackets better. This says it's just a compilation of different letters from farm women, and it says it's a quarter century's worth of letters. Countryside Press. It says the first copyright on this book was 1944. So some of these letters are very, very old. But it's different subjects, whatever I guess the ladies wanted to write about, the farm ladies. And I just thought I would pick something out of it to share. There's a section about the seasons. And so I just thought I would pick something out of there. And several of the farm ladies wrote haikus. So I think, please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe that a haiku is a poem that consists of 17 syllables. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Seasons in Haiku, and this is written by a farm lady named Ruetta McGraw. Last year's fallen nut swelled with its own importance, sprouts and splits its shell. What an eloquent way of describing the growth and sprouting and rooting of a new plant. The cycle of life, if you will. This little haiku written by Helen Runyon says, "Little yellow balls on the lawn become quivers of downy arrows." Gail Brooke Burkett wrote, "Plum tree confetti, flung in spring's carnival, strews orchard ground with white." Maureen McDonald says, "Silver-needled rain stitches, flowered tapestries over earth in spring." Then Helen Rilling wrote, "Toadstools button up the sweater of spring. Daisies embroider the hem." I like that one. I think the best so far. Lou Phillips said, "A robin broadcast from a TV antenna. Spring is his sponsor." These are just really neat, and I just think this is one of the best frugal pleasures that you can have, just looking through old books. Old books are everywhere to be found. A lot of them, sadly, are disposed of because people don't want them anymore. You know, information is too readily available right at the tips of our fingers. If we look on the internet, all we have to do is go to Google, and we can find whatever we want. We can ask AI. We can, find anything, but there's something to me that can be said about holding an old book, smelling the pages of an old book, that I think's neat. Well, I hope I've inspired you all to do a little bit of cleaning out of your cabinets, do a little bit of rearranging, maybe think of the ingredients in a little different manner, try to combine things and come up with some new meals for the next few days. Try to focus on no waste, not wasting anything. You work too hard for your money to waste food. So take just a little bit of time and take inventory of that and prepare that food. Take a little bit of time for yourself too. Sit down with a good book or whatever you want to read. If it's your Bible, whatever you want to read. Fix you a good cup of coffee, a good cup of tea, ice water, a pop, if you will, whatever you want to drink. Live slow, take time for yourself, live frugally. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. And if you're not a member of the Classy Frugality family, if you would hit that subscribe button down in the corner, I would greatly appreciate it. Until I see you again, have a blessed day.